Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley. If you are new, welcome, and if you're not new, thank you for coming back for another video. So in today's video, I'm going to be trying out a lot of Fenty beauty products. I did 2 orders on Sephora.com. I placed one and I was like, hey, I think I want to try out these matchsticks too. So I placed another order, okay? And we got all the products here for me to get my Fenty face, okay? And I want to come on here and give you guys my thoughts on these products and give you guys the pros and the cons of the different products that I'm trying. I want to really see about that creasing claim on this concealer, because I've seen some creasing and ain't nobody been talking about no creasing, okay? But I done seen some creasing, but this supposed to be crease proof, okay? So we're gonna see how that works on me, how this concealer works on me, so we can see about that crease proof claim, okay? Because that is very important. All right, if you guys want to see how the products performed on me and see my final thoughts, then definitely stay tuned. Oh, and I think I do this every time. If you want to see more products from me, more product demonstrations, first impressions, reviews, eyeshadow palette reviews, eyeshadow palette tutorials, definitely hit the subscribe button. And if you like this video, definitely hit that thumbs up button. I really, really appreciate it. Alright guys, so I've got so many Fenty beauty products to try in today's video. So, a couple videos ago, I did use a Fenty Beauty foundation. I think it was in my makeup playtime. I picked it up before the whole release of the 10 new shades and the new concealers and the powders. So I have tried 430 before with a little sample, and I thought it was a little bit warm for my skin tone. I was able to make it work. I just didn't like that shade. And then the shades after that said like a red or cool undertone until it got to 450. So that's why I picked up 450, thought it would work. And it did okay, but 445 might be better. And that's the one I was thinking that would work anyway. So I've got 445 here and I still have 450. So we're going to see which one of those works for me. This is 450. And as you can see, it still looks, it says a warm undertone. I think it's like very warm or something. But I know 445 is supposed to be deep with warm olive or golden olive undertones. So I thought this might be better because it looks a little bit more neutral. See, look at this one. This one is 445. This one is 450. Like, this one looks just so red. Now let me do a couple of little swatches on the face. This is 445 on my face. That looks a little light, but let me show you guys my chest. 445. So I told you guys that I like to, that looks nice. Rather than matching to my chest, guys, I told you guys that I like to match to like a medium between my chest and my face, because as you can see, look how light my chest is compared to my face. Like, if I get a foundation this light and put it on my face, it's going to look great. Let me show you guys 450. Now this is 430. And you can see that's much more red looking. I'm going to blend it out a little bit more. And then here's 430 on the chest. I mean 450. I'm sorry, not 430. Okay, rub this in a little bit more. So you can clearly see that this one is a little bit more red than that. I like, because this is, it's looking more golden, even though it has some olive in it. Even though it said warm undertone, which is supposed to be like more yellow, this looks like it has a lot of red in it, or it's just coming off as red on me. So I'm gonna go with 445 as I initially expected. Okay guys, so I bought a lot of products, but I did not buy the Fenty Beauty primer. I'm just sticking with what I have. Tatcha Silk Canvas right now. You know, when the cosmetic brand launched, I just thought it was just a whole bunch, it was just so much hype around it, and I really just felt like it was just too much, and I did not want to just jump on the bandwagon just because everybody else was like raving and fangirling, I felt like, over this over this cosmetic brand. So I just gave it a while. Okay, so I bought the foundation. I also got the foundation brush. I was looking at the reviews on Sephora, and it has highly rated reviews, and they say it works really well with their foundation. They said if you have the foundation, you must get the brush, and I know that's not a fact, but I wanted to try the brush. It looks cute, and I saw It seems like when people use the brush to apply it, they get like a fuller coverage on their face or something. I don't know, but I'm using the brush today. Foundation of the 110 brush. Very beautiful. And the bristles are very soft, but they are very stiff. I'm going to put some eye primer under one eye, or the under eye primer from e.l.f. under this eye here. And I'm just going to see if that does anything. And I didn't want to do it under both because I didn't want this to potentially cause any issues. Foundation, 445. One pump. Everybody knows what it looks like. Kind of watery. Dip my brush in and just go in. Alright, one pump isn't giving me the coverage that I want, so I'm going in with another one. Okay, so once again, like I said before, I'm not getting this getting a full coverage. I think this is supposed to be medium buildable, or medium to full. Yep, medium to full coverage for all. So whatever I didn't cover with this foundation, I'm going to go in with just a tiny bit more in different spots. Alright, so this is going to be it. I'm not going to go any farther with adding more layers for coverage. I've added extra in certain spots to get more coverage. Like the light is causing a lot of these, a lot of my imperfections to kind of show a little bit more pronounced. Alright, so we've got the foundation on. I've got some matchsticks that I want to show you guys, and then of course the concealer. I picked up the concealer in the shade 430. I went based on the swatches on Coco Swatches on Instagram. If you're not following her and you like, you know, makeup and things like that you're interested in purchasing, she does a lot of swatches on her deep skin, so you can see what the products look like on her deep skin and things like that, which is really, really helpful. So so yeah, she told us, well, you know, she made a post and said what foundation shade she was in the Fenty, what she was using before, what foundation shade she's using now that they've issued the 10 new shades, and then what shades were appropriate for her highlights. So I picked 430, which is one of the shades that she said that she could highlight with. And then I was curious to try these match sticks since I did not try them. I've only got the glittery one, so I wanted to see, you know, about the more like concealer type ones. I don't know if these are supposed to be concealers. Oh, it says conceal, correct, and contour, Longwear light as air layering. So these are supposed to be able to be used as concealers as well. So I picked up the shade Suede, and this is what that one looks like. Do a swatch of that. So it is like a nice golden shade. So I'm going to use that on the other areas of my face that I want to highlight. And then for the concealer shade, of course, 430. This is Instant Photo Soft Coverage for All, Longwear Light as Air, Crease Proof. So this says crease proof. I've been seeing creasing on people though. So I'm very curious to see, you know, how this works on me. And this is the concealer. So the matchstick is brighter. The concealer has more orange, more of an orange warm look to it. This one, Suede, is warm as well, but it's just a lighter shade. Got a fresh clean sponge. This is one of my favorites by Japanesque. So with my Suede matchstick, I'm going to go in on my forehead. And I also wasn't too quick to try these matchsticks in particulars because I saw a lot of reviews that were saying that they're really dry and hard to blend out. Which, when I swatched it on my hand, I did not get that. I thought it was decent. You know, I thought it was fine to blend out with my finger on my hand, but everybody has a different experience. So, alright, so now I'm going to go in with this Fenty concealer under my eye. Yeah, this is definitely a bright shade in comparison to 445 foundation. I'm going to go in and blend the matchsticks with this sponge. See how that goes. mean, that blended out nicely. Now for the concealer. Alright, this is definitely a medium coverage concealer, which is fine. I'm sure it's blendable. I'm going to I'm going to go in with more, but I forgot that I wanted to add some highlight and contour. So I've got Espresso. This is the contour shade of the match stick. I'm going to go in with this, and I'm going to blend this out with a brush actually. So I'm going to just take this there. Alright, and then do a little bit here. I guess I can add a little here too. Why not? Hope I've done that right. I don't do this a lot, guys, so bear with me. Okay. So, what is the purpose of that, Ashley? It's supposed to make your lips look more pouty, so that's why I did that. I'm just going to go back and forth over this to kind of blend this out. Get my mirror. This is blending out really easily, so I feel like that's looking a bit harsh, but it like on camera, but in person it looks fine. But I'm just going to bounce over that with the butt end of this sponge just to make sure any harsh lines are blended. I did not set the concealer yet, and I'm not experiencing any creasing. What I do experience is the natural lines of my eye. They're like not covered. So for me, creasing is when the product falls into your lines and you can see like packs of product in the lines. Okay, that to me is different and something that you don't want. But what this is just the natural, I guess, separation of my fine lines. Sometimes you can cover that. Sometimes there are concealers that can somehow like cover that for a little while. But eventually, like with all the movement of your face and your eyes throughout the day, your lines are gonna like kind of break through. The question is whether your product has fallen into those lines and then when you're looking at it, you just see like a line of like a concentration of concealer inside your lines. That is something that I do not want. But for me to expect a concealer to somehow make my lines disappear, that's unreasonable for me, so I'm not docking any points for that. That's just the way my under eye is set up. Okay, Trippin. This is a one of the glowy shimmer sticks, and this is what that looks like. It's very beautiful. It's like a golden peachy highlight, so it's just really beautiful. So I'm laying that there. I find the shimmer sticks to blend out pretty nicely. I'm just going to take a flat brush and pat over these to blend them out. Alright, I forgot to blend this out under here. I'm going to go in with more concealer just to build up the coverage a little bit and see how it layers. I went in with a whole bunch extra. We'll see. It just wasn't as bright as I was expecting underneath, or it wasn't as full coverage, so I wanted to add some more, and I felt like that I didn't add enough the first time. This is not a matte concealer, so that's one of the reasons why I felt that I was able to go in and apply more concealer after I have let that other one kind of set for a while after I did all that other stuff, because it didn't really like set down to an unmovable, unblendable finish. The powder that I picked up is in the shade Honey. I picked this up once again based on the information from Cocoa Swatches. So I'm using this as my setting powder today. And here's what it looks like. Very beautiful, very luxe, a nice mirrored lid. And then you open it up, you've got your sifter in the shape, or in the like letters FB for Fenty Beauty, obviously. Here we go. That's what it's looking like. Alright, now that I've added a lot of extra, let me show you guys what I'm talking about as far as creasing. Alright, can you guys see that product in the fine line? That is a crease. Okay, and that's a crease there. So, and then when you look at it, you can see, like when I look up, I can see that there's product in these lines. So, yeah, I don't know what crease proof means to them, but it looked like it's creasing to me. So that's something I thought might happen. Maybe they mean only if you use a little bit do you not experience creasing, because that is a crease if I ever saw one. So I'm going real high up to make sure my under eye is as padded out as possible, and then back to the powder. Hear that the powder is very mattifying. Oh, it has a smell to it. Some type of light, soft fragrance. It smells nice. It's not off-putting or anything like that. If you've ever smelled like Coty Airspun or anything like that, nothing like that, okay? Alright, so I'm going to do the same thing to the other eye. Okay, I'm going all the way up to make sure my under eye is as stretched out as possible, that all the fine lines can be pressed out. I mean, you know, all the creasing that was in my fine lines can be pressed out. Alright, real quick, bow, bow, bow into the powder and press in. Alright, once again. So now I'm just going to go onto the rest of the face, and the areas where I put that matchstick, the Suede matchstick, I'm going to press in. Alright, so I have set the under eye, set the areas where I put the matchstick, and brought it down on my smile lines. That's just how I do my setting. I just take whatever powder that I'm using to set these area and just put it on my smile line, just to, you know, try to make them last a little bit longer, because that's always an area where I get creasing. I'm just continuing to press that in. I just praying that I don't get any creasing with the technique that I use to just really look basically all the way up to the ceiling. Hopefully I don't get any creasing, okay? If I can pat it out and then set it and then it lasts without it like re-creasing after it's been set, then that's fine, okay? I mean, that's fine. So it's up to you whether you want to deal with that type of a thing. If you want to deal with it falling into your creases before you've had a chance to set it. Some concealers do that, some don't. Since this said crease proof, I would think that it wasn't supposed to do that, but okay. I'm gonna finish my face because that's all the Fenty I have. Yeah, that's all those are all the Fenty products that I've purchased, and I'm gonna finish my face and come back with the final look and my final thoughts. Alright guys, so here is the final look. Eyes done, lips done, you know, setting of the entire face, brows, all that good stuff. What do you guys think? I like the final result. I am a fan, and I do want to give you guys an update on the whole under eye creasing situation. And as of right now, they're looking good. I don't have any product in my fine lines, so the little lines you see are, you know, the natural fine lines that I have. So yeah, no product has fallen into the fine line, so I am very happy with that. I like the 445 foundation color. Look at my face and my chest, they're pretty much in line after I've done all you know, all the finishing touches to the foundation. They're pretty much in line, and I am very happy with that shade. Or, you know, what I used of the Fenty Beauty products after I turned off the camera was I added a little bit more Trippin highlighter stick, match stick. I'd use that on the highlighted areas to make the highlight pop a little bit more, and it blended out easily. Did not take off any product. So I am a fan of those little shimmering Skinsticks. The matte ones, like the Suede and the Espresso, I want to use those a little bit more, but they did blend out easily, easier than I expected based on the reviews that I had seen when this when Fenty Beauty first launched. So more to come on those, but first impressions, they worked out pretty well, blended very nicely. Now for the concealer, I appreciate the concealer. I appreciate that it is a more hydrating concealer. This is not a matte concealer, as I stated earlier. And it built up pretty nicely to be full coverage. Once again, I think that if you use a small amount, then sure, that crease proof claim can, you know, stand. But when you go to layer it or make it more full coverage, then that's when, at least for me, I experienced the creasing with the product falling into my fine lines. So as you guys saw in the demonstration, I alleviated that by, you know, basically looking as high as I could to stretch out those fine lines, blend them out, and quickly apply the powder underneath the eye to set it. So I think that's a great technique to use if you are, you know, really wanting to use these products. So if you need super full coverage, you probably won't want to go for that. The powder is very nice. I liked it. It's very finely milled. The packaging is beautiful, and I do want to show you guys that they have a stopper that came with this product. So there is a stopper that you can, put into your powder to make sure the powder doesn't fall all over the place and make a big mess. So I think that's really nice. But the packaging is beautiful. The powder was very nice for me to set my under eye. Let me get a little bit closer for you guys. I think everything is looking nice and seamless, but it's not dry. I didn't apply a whole bunch. So, I mean, I hear that the powder is a matte powder, but it's not overly matte for me. But I do have oily combinations, or normal combination skin. Especially around this time, I'm more of a normal and then oily in the T-zone type of a person. So yeah guys, this is the final look. I am happy with the final look. Am I blown away by the foundation? Not particularly. I like the finish of it. I like that you can build it up and it looks more of like a natural skin, like, you know, semi-matte, soft matte, like it says in its name, finish. I do have other foundations that I like more, so I don't know. I'm going to keep it because, I mean, it looks nice. It's pretty. I think it's a nice everyday foundation. You can use this every day. But those are my thoughts, guys. I am happy with all the products that I purchased. This is a vast, mostly first impressions video, so I'm not going to say that I like overly recommend things to you other than these matchsticks, because or other than like the shimmering matchsticks, because I have used them. I have the other shade, another shade of those, so those they're really nice. They blend out very nicely, so I can confidently say to you that if you're looking for like a glow stick that you can like put on after your foundation, you can put on underneath your foundation, and it's going to blend out very nicely. So I definitely would recommend those. But as far as my first impressions, I am pleased with my first impressions of these new products, the concealer, the powder. Very pleased with them. And it's just up to you guys as far as your concealer application, whether or not you would experience any of the creasing that I experienced, and whether or not you want a full coverage on your first go round. This is pretty. I like the face. This is my Fenty Face. I don't know if it still qualifies as a Fenty Face if I didn't use the primer, but you know, this is my Fenty Face, okay? Alright guys, I will be talking to you guys really soon. The details on the products that I have on my face today will be in the description bar below, so definitely check it out to see what other products I put on, and I will be talking to you guys really soon. Definitely let me know your thoughts about these products in the comment section below. What are your thoughts on the products? What are your thoughts on all these reviews and things like that? For me, I thought that I mean, I feel like a lot of people are very excited about this brand ever since they launched with those 40 shades. I feel like people sometimes people can be so excited about, I feel like, about, first of all, Rihanna, and then the fact that they launched 40 shades, and so they're like one of the brands that have, you know, just come out recently as being this all-inclusive brand. Of course, we had brands before this, but this is just more publicized, or they have more light shining on them because of Rihanna. I feel like a lot of people are so excited about the brand and so in love with Rihanna that they're like really in love with these products even before they even use them, I feel like. So just let me know your guys' thoughts on this, on the whole brand and stuff, and how you feel about it. I mean, I like the products and I like the brand and I appreciate the inclusivity. So, but I definitely want to try to be as informative and give you guys all aspects, pros and cons about the products, and not just gloss over something that may be an issue, particularly the creasing with this concealer. So, alright guys, my spiel is over. And if you like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos, product reviews from me, definitely hit that subscribe button. And I will be talking to you guys really soon. See ya.